But you know what's not a PR stunt? What happened to Benedict Cumberbatch? And a lot of people probably don't know about this because it's been pretty quiet. And actually, the court system kept it quiet. But someone tried to break into his house and stab him with a knife. That happened, everybody. A chef, and they don't even know why. Like, again, the chef didn't say like he knew him. Benedict Cumberbatch didn't say that he knew him, but he was at home with his wife and his 3 children when this incident happened. And apparently they were all freaked the fuck out, which I get being freaked out. But this former hotel chef pleaded guilty to this. He broke into the London home of Benedict Cumberbatch with a knife, swinging rage, and then he left them terrified. This happened. His guy's name is Jack Bissell. He's 35. And what happened? Jack Bissell, man. Jack Bissell in the house.
Heir to the Bissell cleaner fortune?
maybe not anymore. But Jack Bissell had a knife, and I guess he broke in and he spit on his Ring camera and he slashed the door and he started screaming like, I know you're here. I know you moved here. I hope it burns down. He was shouting at the house, trying to break in. And then they arrested him, of course. Well, he fled. He fucking fled, apparently. He fled, and then the cops found him based off his saliva that he spit on the fucking camera. That's how they found him. They did a DNA test. They swabbed that shit, and they found Bissell because he's the head of the Bissell Empire. We don't know if he really is. He probably is not. But they found Bissell, Jack be quick. Jack, not get away from the candlestick. I don't know. So he got sentenced. It was so quiet for a long time. He's already been sentenced on May 10th, and Jack Bissell got a $310 charge, and they imposed a 3-year restraint against him. Like, it makes sense, That's what should happen. Restraining order. That's what should happen. And it's kind of nuts to me how this even happened. And it was so quiet. It was super quiet, Chris. I didn't hear this. I mean, May 10th, nothing came out in the news. Nothing happened. And then the Daily Mail, actually, from the UK, they found out about it, and they had to issue a warrant to the court and be like, you have to give us a story. And then they released it. But nuts.
Listen, like you said, it's not a publicity stunt. That happens all the time in Hollywood, especially with the Kardashians, right? They're known for doing all these crazy stunts and having powder thrown on them. Benedict Cumberbatch, this is why I think this is totally legit. He doesn't like to be in the limelight. I mean, he's an A-list actor. He's in some of the top movies of all time, but he's not going to go out there for extra press and attention. It was also hidden for so long, right? So he was trying to talk to the police, get everything settled, and that's why it's finally coming out now, because they probably had to keep quiet about it. He's a cool guy, down to earth, family guy, doesn't really like to go out too much, and he doesn't want his name in the news any more than it has to be. And what's crazy is I thought it was a private chef. Maybe he worked for him in the past.
It could have been.
No connection as of now whatsoever.
Or they go to high school together. You know what I mean? I mean, it could be something that they're just being very quiet about.
Maybe, it's one of those things where back in elementary school, Benedict said something mean about his dog or something. And he's like, you're on my list now. And I'm going to, but no,
I moved here. You're finally in my town. I'm going to get your ass,
They had no connection whatsoever. This guy, Bissell.
Fucking Jack Bissell.
Only has
Big
one.
Bissell.
Big Bissell. Only has one. He's only been in trouble with the law once, and he got a little crazy at a protest. So it's not like he's, a known.
In his undies, he was in his underoos.
Was he in his undies? There you go.
And you can see Jack Bissell next to Chris Fabregas right now carrying some coffee.
He is definitely not the heir to a steam cleaning fortune. That's for sure.
This way.
That way, yeah.
That's the whole crazy thing. I feel bad for his family. I feel bad for his kids. I mean, that's pretty scary. And it's crazy. They caught him because of the saliva, right?
Saliva.
Yeah. Don't
spit on someone's Ring camera. Don't do it. They'll catch you.
It wasn't your face on the Ring camera. That's not what caught him. It was the spit on the Ring camera.
They gonna find you. They gonna find you. Yeah. In the words of, what's his name, Sabrina?
Antoine Dodson.
Antoine Johnson.
Dotson.
Dotson. I was way off.
Thank you.
Way
Antoine Dodson.
Antoine Dodson.
Run and
Sabrina,
tell that.
What do you think about this? Do you think that, this is fucked up, right? At your home, this happens to celebrities, though. Unfortunately, this is a real thing. They tried to hide it. Isn't it crazy?
I would like to know what poor Benedict Cumberbatch did to upset this person so much. He's such a mild-mannered, nice. I guess I don't know him personally, but he's not exactly like Chris said. He's not one of those celebrities that is trying to be in the news all the time. He's very. When I read this, I'm like, I didn't even know he was married or had 3 children. How do you keep that under wraps? You know what I mean? he's a very private person, and I don't think that you know that there's any way that this is a publicity stunt. First off, secondly, like that's of course super scary, especially that it was targeted. And he also told some like dude. Oh my god, hold on one second. Sorry, my dog is going crazy. Speaking of dogs,
this is a picture of him being arrested, actually.
Oh,
yeah. Well, again, less clothes than he needs to have on. Like, why are we always half naked, sir? So I think it's a little alarming the fact that he told the store clerk that he was going to burn this man's house down, went there and spit all over the security camera, and then was finally arrested after being identified through DNA, but then only received a $310 fine. I've gotten more for riding in a carpool lane without a person. Like, are you fucking kidding? Yeah. Like, if you want to go on the 405 in the carpool lane, get ready for a $475 fine, not $310 for threatening to burn down someone's house and spitting on their Ring camera. What a picture, Brian! Oh my god,
this is how he feels about it.
Yeah, that's Jack right there, huh?
That's Benedict. That's how Benedict feels.
Oh, I'm sorry.
He was looking at the video and he was like, "Who is this psychopath at my door?"
Oh my gosh.
That's how he feels about the whole situation. He's like, "Why is this crazy person? Why is that head of Bissell breaking into my house, trying to stab me with a knife?" You know.
I would honestly be very upset about it.
Bissell's not brought to you by or sponsoring Cruise Control.
No,
but
it's just funny.
Yeah,
a $310 fine is weird. Like, what if he comes back to their house? He knows where they live now, obviously, and like that's not too much of a deterrent. I mean, maybe I don't know. I don't know.
And he was telling people too. I guess when he was getting like the knife and stuff, he told. Yeah, he was telling the store clerk he was going to go after Benedict and burn his house down and shit.
The best is they were like, it's a fish knife. It's a boning knife he showed up there with, which I thought was hilarious. I'm like, do we need to be specific about what type of knife it was? They're like, well, he's a chef, so yes.
Like did Benedict eat at his restaurant, at this hotel restaurant, and say his food was rubbish or something? And this was guy held this thing? Or was it a high school thing? Like we were talking about Chris.
He doesn't strike me as like a yelper. I don't think he went home and he was like, the food at such and such was so awful. I could barely clean it out of my teeth. Like
it'd be fucking hilarious to read something like that. A Yelp review by Benedict Cumberbatch. I want to hear that right now. I want to read it.
It would be Doctor Strange. He wouldn't really use his real name. I mean, come on.
He's doing this shit, you know.
Unfortunately, there's so many, positive things about being a celebrity, right? There's money you can do good for the community. Especially Benedict is such a great guy. He's a cool guy. And unfortunately, that's one of the downfalls with being a celebrity is sometimes you get these crazy stalkers. I know there was a girl on, I think she was on the Disney Channel, and there was someone living in her attic up in the ceiling in her mansion. And the only reason she knew is because it was Halloween.
That was Zendaya.
That was Zendaya, right?
Yeah.
So someone was living in the ceiling. The only reason she knew is because all her Halloween candy that she had out on the table was always gone. Mm-hmm. And she's like, "Hey, did you eat the candy? Did you eat the candy?" "No, I haven't been eating candy." And all of a sudden they saw these wrappers and they followed it up to the crawl space in the attic. And, there was someone living up there.
Stop it. They left a trail of candy.
They were munching
on
the
wrappers.
The little Twix, they left a little breadcrumb trail up to the ceiling.
The little Twix.
Yep. But no,
that's nuts.
The only reason they found out that there was someone up there is because the Halloween candy was going missing. So pretty crazy.
That's insane.
That's fucking nuts. These stalkers can be crazy and stuff like that can happen to celebrities. So you have to be careful. It's a great profession and a lot of people want to do it, but there is a trade-off and some crazy stuff can happen like that.